and he's also going to be saving up a battery and deploying that battery.
Hello everyone and welcome back to F1 Season 11 in 2S, and it is great to be back here today in the commentary booth. My name is Chris. I am going to be the commentator for today and broadcaster. Sadly, it's going to be a solo comms today, but hopefully we can fix that throughout the season and get some new faces and voices in. It's been quite some time until the F1 season started again. We finished season 10 with this man, him right here, Futuristic, winning the championship. Obviously, it was quite a bizarre season as we went from 3 tiers down to 1 single tier. And now we're back with this 1 single tier on Tuesday. And we, as you can see, already have a 20 driver grid. It's shaping up to be a good one just before the new F1 game releases in July. Some few changes from what we regularly run. We have 10 races instead of a full race calendar. All assists are now allowed, except for the pit exit assist. So we have a variety of talent, I guess you can say, in the grid. So since it's just one tier, so you will see some faster drivers. You will see a bit more spread in the field, and you will see some people trying out new things, as Futuristic seems to be letting people pass here on his lap. Let's have a look at someone who's actually on a lap currently. Fox coming around the corner. He's got a purple sector 1. He's coming into sector 2 now. So we'll just go on board with him a little bit. First on board of the season goes to Fox. And we can see he gets a nice tight line. Joel actually sets the fastest lap provisionally. We go into the right and left-hander. I'm not quite sure about the corner names. I'll have to Google them as we do this stream. I'll keep that in mind as well. As we're getting into the final sector now of Brazil. Of course, I forgot to mention earlier, we're at Interlagos, one of the best F1 tracks, in my opinion, on the calendar, and it's already race 1. So yeah, into the final corner here. It seems like he got the car slowed down pretty slowly. Vito asked me if there's any issues. I will, of course, let him know if there is any. Vito being one of the managers of the tier. And here we go. He comes towards the start-finish line. What's Fox going to do? And he's going to put it into P7, which is a very similar time to leg lap, which is actually his Aston Martin teammate. So these two drivers having a decent start to their run here in Season 11. I'm going to try and see if I can find someone else to maybe have a look at. One of the house drivers of Nico. I can see he's on his outlap. So when he completes his outlap, I will be looking at what he's up to. He is yet to set a lap time, and so is his teammate Meepo, or Mepo, or Mepo. Let me know if I pronounce your name wrong. And Dice as well on the mediums. I believe the strategy here today is medium softs, or soft mediums. But you see quite a lot of drivers actually qualifying on that medium tire, so it might be an advantage to qualify on this. Of course, safety car is enabled, so there's always a risk for safety cars. Nico starts his first flying lap in that 29 Haas car as he gets into the turn 1 and turn 2's nice little chicane, not really chicane, but nice sweeping corners, as we saw earlier in the F1 season last year, where Hamilton made quite a few overtakes on his way back up to the grid. Now we go into the infamous corner where Max and Lewis had a great battle. We might see more of that today in this tier with these drivers. Quite a lot of skill differences as well. As in, Nico seems to be getting a pretty good lap under his belt. I really need to learn the corner names to make this production a little bit better for you guys. But yeah, up into third, short shifting, getting onto the throttle quite easily. He is one of the drivers who's running no assists, as you can see with his throttle inputs and braking inputs. And we might even see him lock up a little bit if he pushes too hard. But he's been doing pretty good so far as he's coming around the final corner. He got a purple sector 2. I don't know if that's the game being funny or what's going on, if that's actually a purple sector 2. We'll have to wait and see as he comes across or to the start-finish line on the back straight. And let's see what he's able to do across the finish line. And he puts it into P15 provisionally. He did say he's had no practice, so it might take him a few laps to get up to speed. Of course, we still have 10 minutes left in the quality session, so that's enough for Nico. Nico obviously won ACC yesterday, so jumping from one sim to another, and he's had more success in ACC, I will admit, but he's back in F1, and I'm hoping he's enjoying it down there. Let's have a look at some other people on the lap. Let's have a look at the manager of the league, Vito, getting a little bit of a slipstream there from that Williams car. And there's a number 69 Alfa Romeo on the inside there waiting for him to get past. I believe that is Dice. As it says, he's got a purple sector 1. But again, that could just be a provisional best in the game telling you it's purple. Let's see what he's able to do in the second sector. Vito obviously being one of the faster drivers on the grid today. Also has branched out into iRacing, and he's had quite an interesting upbringing in iRacing, I would say. He's enjoying that race a lot. He is taking over my seat in the 24 Hours of Nordschleife, which is happening this weekend, and he's been practicing that one a lot, I know. But he's back in the F1 car, enjoying the game, enjoying life, enjoying the car, enjoying the track. Short shifts up to 5th, into 6th, up to 7th, full throttle towards the start-finish line. Let's see what he's able to produce. The car is can barely keep up on stream, hugging the wall as close as he can, and he puts it into provisional pole, 5/10 quicker than the guy behind him. So Vito with a very good lap as he spins on his in-lap. That will hurt his tires a little bit, but hopefully not too much as he waits for a few cars to get past and doesn't get into anyone's way. As that's a Mercedes off track there. I believe that was not Merlion, that was Tranquilo, who had just finished his lap as well and put it into provisional P2. Oh, it's all happening already here. It's quite tight from P2 all the way down to P8. It's only about 6/10 in between them. And actually, I'm just looking at the times. From P9 all the way to P13, we got about 2/10. 2/10 in the lap time. So that's actually really nice to see such a competitive field, actually. No one is highly off the pace. A second and a half maybe, but that's okay. That's not terrible. So this is actually shaping up to be a decently competitive race so far. Let's have a look at someone else who's on their hot lap. Is that Icewind? Yeah, he is. He's about to finish it. What is he able to do? I didn't quite see the sector time, but he puts it into P2 right behind Vito. Actually, that's a brilliant lap time from Icewind, putting it all the way up there, right behind Vito. 400ths of a second in that one. So Vito's not quite safe yet as Jamie comes across the line. And oh my god, he's only 4,000ths behind Icewind. So the top three separated by half, 5/100ths or something like that. It's crazy. That's actually really close. And Kyoto now in P4 comes and sets an even faster lap, puts him up to P4 as I said. And that is an Alpine and Williams front two rows lockout as it stands. That's actually brilliant performance from all those drivers. I sort of missed that. Let's see what Joel is able to do then as he's coming towards the pit lane. He's coming towards the pit lane. Fox is on a lap. Let's jump to Fox, see what he's doing. On board again with Fox. Nice and smooth through this section. I'm a bit sorry with the rev glitch. Not much I can do about that. It seems to be in the lower speed. It sounds like the engine's bogging down. It's not. It's just the sound system being a bit bizarre for some reason. Anyways, as he comes towards the final corner now, gets the throttle down, up to 5th gear, up to 6th gear. What's he able to do? I didn't manage to catch his sector times in time, so this will be sight unseen what he is on provisionally. I wish I had a broadcasting tool of some sort. As he comes towards the start finish line, what's it going to be? Up to P7 he goes. So Fox 5/10 behind leader in P7. Really decent lap. It puts him in the midfield as he cuts the first corner a little bit there. Maybe went a little bit deep on his cooldown braking zone. Let's see. I believe Futuristic has just crossed the line. Or is that Snelle Henke? Snelle Henke coming? Okay, no, Snelle Henke has crossed the line. So it was Futuristic. Who I saw on the minimap. There's another Alfa Aston Martin of Leglap who has invalidated. That's unfortunate. And is that Tipsy Bob in the McLaren? It is Tipsy Bob returning to the grid in his beloved McLaren. Into the pit lane. What do you mean there's no sound? What? Wait, there's no sound. Have I been doing all this with no sound? What? Hey, yo. Wait a minute. Are you serious? Are you serious? There's no sound? Man, wait, what's happening? I'm gonna quickly... How about now? Oh my god. Bruh. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Okay, right, so what happened there was it's been such a long time since I've commentated on F1 that recently I've had to make a driver update and change my sound system. For some reason it had the sound system in Streamlabs, or OBS as it was, had not changed. It was set to the default sound system, and I have set it as default in the game itself. But for some reason, it just didn't pick up the new drivers, so that's fixed now. Okay. Well, thanks for avoiding me. So, if everyone watching back the stream, that is going to sound really bizarre, but now we have game sound. All is good. Hopefully... that is quite embarrassing. Actually, as Mackinder, well, take that attention away from Mackinder, puts in a 106.8. Brilliant lap time for Mackinder in that Alfa Romeo, as he is 3/10 up on Vito, Iceman and Jamie. They're going to have to put in quite a lap to try and beat that. 4 minutes left of quali. They have 1 run left, I believe, as you see some of them coming in. Oh, they're out lap now. What is Tranquilo up? Tranquilo's in the ball. Okay, that's what he's up to. This is that Joel on his lap, I believe? It could be. It is, but he is invalidated. So, yeah, that is unfortunate. But maybe he has had a little bit of a... It looks like he's had a bit of a... what's it called? A harvesting lap. And now he's going to do another hot lap here. So, yeah, thanks guys in chat for reminding me there's no sound. Justin said stream all good. So I didn't figure to check twice, but maybe he said that before we actually went into the game sound. So, thank you guys for keeping me on my toes. It's not a... It's alright. You know, we try and produce the best quality here, but sometimes driver updates can produce a bit of issues, as it looks like Tomazoli has just invalidated his lap with an Alpine getting out of his way. It seems like Brazil is one of the more easier tracks to invalidate on, so that is going to be a bit of a factor during the race. How many penalty points people pick up, as we have seen races end in, well, drivers finish the race in tears, losing out podium positions due to penalty points. Hopefully that's not the case this time. Let's go back to, oh, that's not Tipsy. Let's go back to Tipsy. And let's have a little bit of a look at what he is up to. The resident boomer from Ireland in the car. Let's see what he can do. He's been racing in the McLaren, I think, ever since season 1 of CEST. With he had a little bit of a journey in the Racing Point, I believe, or was it the Aston Martin? I can't remember. But him and that band, some people might know him as Rene, have been teammates ever since, and sadly it looks like he's backed out of his lap time. So I'm seeing him predicting a Kyoto podium. Well, we'll have to wait and see, as he is on a hot lap. Well, he's on an out lap, but Icewind and Jamie are on a hot lap. Let's have a look at what they're up to. They're up to in validating the lap. So let's see what Jamie is doing. Jamie's setting a purple sector 1, it seems, but only 8/10 faster than his own lap time. So a little bit of an improvement so far. Let's see what he's able to do in the second sector. A little bit of traffic ahead of him. Hopefully that doesn't hinder him too much on his lap time. But Jamie, he is a very quick driver. We've seen him before in SLR and 2S, and he's been a podium contender, that's for sure. And I can't wait to see what he's able to do this season. The Alpine coming across into sector 3 now, getting led by the Ferrari. Looks like he's up on his lap time. This could actually be very close. He is nearly 3/10 up. This could just about pip Mackinder. If he gets a good exit on this corner, he will have the run to the start-finish line. Got the DRS open, hugging the wall as tight as he can, getting all the speed he can out of it. He actually improves up to 106.6. That's a blistering lap time from Jamie, up into provisional P1. Vito on his lap time as well. Let's go on board with him, see if he's able to improve. He seems to be up a little bit on his previous lap, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough, as Meepo actually puts it into P3 as well. Is Vito able to get into the top front row of qualifying grid? Let's see what he doesn't have time to do another one. It's getting across start finish line now. He does improve by 9 thousandths, but it's not enough to get up into the top 3. Now all it is left to do is Kyoto coming across the line. What's he able to do? He's able to jump up to P3. Kyoto in P3, so the podium prediction from Agafa in chat, maybe not too wrong here. That is a brilliant lap time. Everyone seems to be taking that. Is that just better for the tires on the cooldown? It must be, I don't know. That is actually really exciting finishing stages of the quali session. So Jamie, provisional P1. It doesn't look like anyone able to beat that, as Snelly Henke is on his lap, but it is invalidated. We got a few other people on their lap as well. Justin, very fast driver as well, just comes across the line, sets it into P9 with a 107.2. And I would expect Justin to be a bit further up there, but maybe he is taking a bit of a reserved approach today, as he sometimes does. Justin, a very experienced racer in that Red Bull as well. See if anyone else might be completing their lap times. There's an Alpha, I keep getting confused, not Alfa Romeo. There's an Aston Martin of Fox coming across the line, just misses out on the top 10 as he gets into P11. There's another driver I can see coming across the line. Okay, that's going to pit lane. Tipsy or Larry Fasol? Okay, so Larry Fasol is invalidated. Let's go to Tipsy, and he goes into pit lane as well. It seems like everyone's going to... There's a Haas driver of Nico, as Nico jumps up to P17. What is... I believe that is Makender actually on the lap time, but he is invalidated as well. So people pushing quite hard in these final laps. Is that a Tranquilo that we're about to see come across the line? Let's see, is he able to jump up to P10 as he gets into P11, but it's only just missing out on P10 by 3 thousandths of a second. That is a bit of unfortunate for Tranquilo, as it looks like Icewind's been disqualified. Wait, Icewind's been disqualified from the session. That puts him all the way down to P20, but he was in like P4 or 5 or something? I'm not sure, but Tomazoli has put himself up to P5 while that's happened, so Icewind will start from the back of the grid. That is a bit unfortunate from Icewind.
It is quite, isn't it?
Oh, hello, Milos.
No, I do come to report that Icewind was in fact in P7. He was parked up on the pit entry just up the road for insert reason, and that's how we got disqualified.
Well, it's nice of you to join us in the box, Milos. That is a good insight. You're going to be that guy in the pit lane today with the microphone. Talking
Absolutely.
about all the technicalities of the racing.
Maybe in that cheeky little bit of side commentating, but you know, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, everyone welcome Milos to the paddock. Didn't expect that one, but hello.
I've been in here for like 5 minutes waiting for a good moment to speak.
Yeah, I did hear like a quick breather or someone breathing, and I was like, oh, wait, am I just going
What
crazy?
the
What's going on?
The
But
voices are kicking in.
the voices were kicking in, but hopefully you're feeling better, and yeah, it's going to be a good race ahead of us. Quite a tight qualifying, to be honest. Didn't expect,
Yeah, it looks like it.
didn't expect so many fast laps out of this grid, but it's great to see. Anyways, got the Belgian driver of Jami in P1, followed by 3 Finnish drivers of Makenda, Kierta and Mipo right behind him. Tomazoli, Vito, Sanahenki, Justin, Joel and Tranquilo round out the top 10. Then we have in P11 Fox, Tipsy, Larry Fasol, Merline Thunders. Let's scroll down a little bit. Futuristic, the winner or the champion of last season, Nico, Dice, Leglav, Quieter and Icewind, who got disqualified.
It was a pretty tight grid there. I think it was top 15 within a second, and then the whole grid was only a second and a half apart.
Yeah.
It was very tight.
Yeah, it's it's tighter than I expected it to be honest, since we're running a single tier for the season. And we have people from all various skill backgrounds. So we have people that used to be midfield tier 3 and people who used to be at the top of tier 1 driving together. So 1.5 seconds, not bad.
Yeah. It's like a very competitive tier so far, anyway.
Yeah, it does indeed look very competitive, isn't it? It's good to see. I think the last league race I ever did was in Brazil, actually. Were you in that race as well, Milos?
I might have been.
I vaguely remember me, you and Sam punting each other off the tracks now and then.
Sounds about right. Yeah, I seem to have not very good Brazil races.
Yeah, it's quite a difficult track to get used to, that's for sure. Let's see, I'm gonna disable telemetry. Oh, that's still getting used to the buttons. That looks about right. Hide UI, yeah, okay. Actually, let's put in some detail. Let's get some tires on. So everyone's starting on soft tires, apart from Lave Fasol and Futuristic.
It's an interesting strat there, this one, but you also have to account for the early safety car which might come out. And then, if it does, you're probably kicking yourself.
Yeah, that would be a bit of an issue if you are on the medium tires. It could actually help you quite a lot if you're on the medium tires. You can stay out and get that track position. But in Brazil, track position is a little bit vital, but it's not crucial like it is in tracks like Monaco or, yeah, what's another track? Singapore.
For sure.
So yeah, those medium tire runners trying something different. Gotta respect it. See if it works out for them or not. Final drivers lining up towards the grid now. Quite far ahead, the top three actually. Hopefully the tires don't get too cold waiting on the start-finish line. That'd be a bit of a shame if they all get wheel spin and Meepo just cheeses them on the start, goes from P4 into P1. Can happen, but yeah, you know, these drivers have done so many race starts in their life, I'm sure they know what they're doing. No matter the tire temps, it's quite a big of a train back there behind the Honda. And they're just all drivers lining up in the grid. And Milos, do you want to take us away?
Bloody hell, I was not expecting this. Sure, let's go for it.
As a surprise guest, I feel like you should have the honors.
If it's not very nice, then I blame you, so. Right, I think we've got 5 red lights. And away we go. Looks like a solid start for Makender, who's going side by side with Jamie. And he takes the lead, does it? Oh, he's side by side though. He's gone up outside, around the outside even. Jamie pushed him a little bit, and he's off the track now. There's a position to Jamie. Can Kurt get it ahead? Maybe. He's side by side now, going to turn 3. And can he make it stick? Not. Yes. Oh, a little bit touching there, but he gets him tied. Even Tom as well.
That's a good start there. Well. We got a Ferrari off in the background. Meepo was an early spinner as well. Great start from Makender, but he just got pushed a little bit wide by Jamie, and then Kyoto capitalizing on that was brilliant to see. As we go back and have a look at Snelly Henke up to P6 as well, Joel P7, Justin up to P5, and there's an Alpine off the track. That's Vito actually off the track, coming back onto the track, and it looks like all the drivers are trying to avoid him. He does manage to get avoided, and that's all the way back down to P18 now. That's unfortunate start for Vito, as he was looking to be set on for a good race. Don't really know what happened there. Might have been contact with someone, but yeah, he's dropped down. Hopefully he is able to get back up the grid now, as we go with Tranquilo, who looks like he's close enough to challenge Joel into turn 1. So we just see all the cars filtering through, no one really making any moves at the moment. It's the Mercedes in the background fighting. There's Milan Thunders and Leglaf. Let's have a look at trying to see if we can spot those out a little bit, and they do seem to be going nearly too wide there in the background, as Leglaf could be trying something around the outside. Doesn't quite make it stick just yet, as there's a Williams up his inside. That's Icewind, and there's contact. Icewind off the track with Leglaf. I'm not quite sure who's at fault there, but I'm sure the FIA will have a look at that one if it is reported. But that is Icewind going up the inside of Leglaf, not getting enough room. A little bit of contact as he washes out, and he drops down to P16 after getting disqualified from quality. It's not going great for him. While that was happening, Justin up to P4.
Wimburn has a spin, I believe, out of the hairpin, turns 8, I believe.
It does look like he's had a spin. Yes, he's dropped down the grid for quite some time, some margin. A lot of early spinners happening in this race so far. A bit peculiar, that one. As Jamie sets fastest up, only nearly 2.5 seconds up on Kyoto, and oh, my timing board's gone. Is that just because? Are they actually racing for P1? No. Where's Tommy? What's happening?
Tommy is just behind Kyoto on my screen at least.
On my screen, Tommy is just on the start-finish straight.
Oh.
We're gonna ignore that one. Go back to what's happening up front here, as looks like Justin is closing in on Makender actually. Justin not having the best quality session, but his race pace has been known to be great, and he now has racing with that special piece of history in mind, as he is trying to surmount his charge on Makender. Was not expecting to be this fast up to the top 3 positions or for a potential podium, but he's done a good start. He's kept out of trouble, and he's now up behind Makender. This could be brilliant to see this fight turn, how this turns out. It's a little bit of a wheel spin there from Kurt on the exit actually, and that could allow Makender to catch up a little bit. I believe DRS has opened this lap, but I don't know if he'll be able to use. But Makender closing up with Kurt going for the inside to try and defend. Looks like Makender doesn't need to do much more than just go around the outside, and he has the moves done into turn 1. He does, and Kurt, a little bit of wheel spin on the exit cost him a position, but now he's going to try and fight back. If DRS opens, let's see. DRS open for both Justin and Kyoto. It looks like Justin closed it again and reopened it. Up the inside goes Justin. No, he backs out at the end. So quite a good fight, but actually Kyoto goes a bit wide. Justin having a look up the inside. Is he able to make it stick? No, he's not. These drivers having a brilliant fight so far, and Snelle Henke has just joined in on this fight.
Devastating. Kimi for me, it's a three-car battle because Tom is in the middle of them. Oh, devastating.
That is devastating. It is unfortunate. I don't know if the drivers will be able to see Tommy or not, but for some reason Tommy's completely desynced on my end.
At the moment, it looks like at least Kurt and Mackinder can see him, but hopefully it's all good for the drivers. Oh, and that's Icewind out. Wow, that's really...
Is that
he's out in the third to last corner. He spun out and hit the wall, it looked like.
Let's see if we can try and
That's
find him
safety
on
car.
the
It's a
track.
full safety car.
Yeah,
Fox
safety
is just
car.
coming up to him.
Yeah,
Oh, now
so,
his car's gone.
So, okay, he's yeah, okay. So I was on board with Tommy, who's jumping all over the grid. But yeah, safety car has now been deployed. So that's the first safety car of the season. 5 laps into the race.
Got Tommy and Kucher, 2 of the lead pack in the pits. Mackinder's staying out though. So is Jamie.
Yeah, apologies for the desync issues on Tommy's side. We don't really know what's happening there, but hopefully it fixes itself on my end. Good thing we got Milos here to help us with it. But you said so Tommy was in the pits?
Yeah, Tommy's in the pits for a new set of mediums along with Yuta, which also went for mediums. And Tranquil is it, I believe. He also went for a new set of mediums with Quieter and Mr. Merlin Tonders.
Yes, Merlin Thunders, the Dutch driver down there in P17 going for pit stop as well. It's quite bizarre. Where are the cars on track for you currently?
Jamie P1, Mackinder P2, and they're going into the second to last corner.
Okay,
like
so the
corner onto the track.
And just now they're going to the last corner, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking maybe the whole grid was desynced for a second because you're seeing people in the pit lane, but they weren't on the map for me, so I don't know what's happening. But okay, it looks like most of the grid is not desynced. It's just Tommy having issues. Hopefully, the results reflect the right results for Tommy, or Tomo. We're saying Tommy, but Tom Mosley.
Oh, that is true. I mean, I'm sure it's probably his name. Hopefully.
Thomas. We'll just hope.
Go Bastel.
Yeah, as it says, he's back up to P1, so he is having desync issues. Where is he currently on the grid for you?
P11, just behind Vito.
Just behind Vito. Vito, obviously one of the spinners earlier on, has opted to stay out. So I wonder if these soft tires have a bit more life in them than I expect. And it's too early for them to go on to change tires, and I think the people of pitted might be going for a 2-stop strategy.
Yeah, not a terrible idea, especially with the free pit stop here. They could gain a lot under pressure tires. But we shall see over the course of the next 29 or so race laps, I suppose, that are going to come after the safety car.
Yep. That's very true. We've still got a decent amount of laps left, as we have 30 laps left, and the cars are just... Vito says 23%.
I even PM'd them, actually.
Is that to ask how much the soft tires are?
Yes.
My guy is
I
racing.
PM'd them. I PM'd them exactly how the tires chop.
My guy is racing, and he just messages me. Yep, 23%. Keep in mind, Vito did have a spin, so yeah, there's a decent amount of life left in those soft tires. That is good to know.
Yeah, I also made sure I bullied him a little bit after he spun. The contents of the message may be inappropriate for the stream.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm the broadcaster, so the stream will not need to know. They can leave their imagination for that one. The driver's still one more lap under the safety car. I was kind of sure it was gonna go in this lap, but well, I do apologize for the desync issues that are happening on the timing board. There's nothing I can do about it at the moment. It looks like Merlion is just pitted.
Yep.
Yeah.
New player of mediums.
Is he just trying to extend the safety car period? Maybe, I don't know. That'd be kind of nice.
It would be good content, yeah. Dyson Mepo or Meepo. I think it's Meepo, isn't it? They're probably pretty happy now because they had to box early in that race for a new wing, So I'm sure they're going to be happy enough with a safety car coming out this early.
Yeah, Meepo looking to be on the 2-stop strategy already, so for him this doesn't really make a huge change. He just is able to catch up to the field. We did see he had a lot of pace from his quality session, and I'm sure he'll be able to work his way back up the grid. Just want to do a quick shout out. Tipsy and Lavie for Sol just sort of kept out of trouble. P6 and P7. From
Pretty solid.
Solid start from them, and Tipsy always says he may not be the fastest driver, but he's one of the more experienced drivers, and he says more often than not the experience does come in handy during the race, so he doesn't make as many mistakes, he keeps himself out of trouble, and this is a slight result of that. But safety car is in this lap, so we're going to jump on to Makender and see if he is able to attack Jamie into turn 1. A bunch of weaving drivers down up to the start finish line. Let's see, when will Jamie go? Is he going to try and eke this one out as much as possible? It looks like he's set to go soon. The weaving is stopped and off he goes, sets off. Makender does follow him quite quickly, but behind I think it's actually Snelle Henke and Joel having the closest battle there for P4, and looks like Snelle Henke is covering the inside. Joel trying to go around the outside in that Ferrari. Is he able to make it stick? It looks he's got inside for the next corner. Banging wheels a little bit as he does have to stay behind. Snelle Henke maintains that P4 position for now. But right behind him we have, is he a little bit of a jump back? Looks like Joel's having a bit of internet issues, but he's going up the inside of Snelle Henke into turn 4, and he does manage to make the move stick, so that is Joel up to P4. Great move on the safety car restart for Joel. He managed to pip Snelle Henke. Snelle Henke was not quick enough to react, and Joel was on it like a bullet. And up to P4 he goes. A brilliant little battle for him. This is yellow flag in sector 2. What's happened there?
Is Vito out in P6? Not sure, he came out very wide. Might have gone or had contact with someone.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Vito. He did drop down the order quite some margin, so a half spin. He hasn't dropped back from the pack completely, but maybe, yeah, a half spin I assume would have happened there, so...
and he was going side by side with Tomazzoli, and he was nearly crashing out. He makes the move just about.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was not able to catch that. It does say he's out behind on track, but anyways, leg lap on Tipsy. Bob, how's this one going to pan out? No DRS as of yet, as Tipsy does cover the inside, but it does allow leg lap to try and go around the outside. As he doesn't, stays behind him for now, and will try to reevaluate his attempt maybe into turn 4. There doesn't look like there's enough speed in that Aston Martin to catch up to McLaren. He does have to stay behind Tipsy for a little bit. That was a good little battle between these two drivers. Obviously DRS is, I believe, enabled next lap. It's actually leg lap picks up a 3-second time penalty. Not great to pick up one so early there. Let's have a look at the grid a little bit. I'm trying to see if there's anyone in a battle so far. It's quite hard to keep track of in F1. You never really know. Sometimes 3 tenths behind can mean nothing, sometimes it can mean everything. As we're quickly looking at McKenna, fall a little bit behind Jamie, so Jamie does have quite a good amount of pace. We saw it in the first bit of the stint. But let's have a look at Nico up in P9. Obviously he was struggling a bit in quali, I think followed in P17 at the end, but he now is right up behind Lavi Fasol. DRS is now enabled. He will be able to use it after turn 3 into turn 4 and maybe make a move there. So will the other drivers, and I'm going to keep an eye on the timing screens to see if anyone is close enough to make a move. It looks like so far it's Nico. Let's go on board with him, see what's going on. And actually he lost a bit of time in the first few corners, and Kyoto behind him is actually the one surmounting a bit of pressure, but no one's close enough to make a move just yet.
Back into a 3-second time penalty, which might be big, but the race win here.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even notice that. Thank you for pointing that one out, Milos. Yeah, that is early on. We're not even a third way through the race. McKenna 3-second time penalty, but he might. This might be his warning to take it a bit easier. And he is a solid driver. We've seen him many times be very consistent and fast. So I don't doubt McKenna still has a podium potential even with that time penalty. But that could, a late safety car could throw that all the way up in the air. So we'll have to wait and see, but you're right, that is a factor that we have to factor in. Anyways, Kyoto on Nico will have DRS this time around. Basically, almost overtakes him before the DRS detection zone. And that looks like it's going to be an easy overtake up the inside on Nico, as he slots in front of him before the braking zone, and up to P9 he goes.
Stop himself.
very solid move there. And trying to look a bit further up the grid. There's a Ferrari and Henke fighting a little bit. Keep an eye on that as McKenna is actually caught up to Jamie. Jamie might have made a mistake a little bit somewhere. But let's go have a look at this battle with Tipsy Bob and Henke. As it looks like it's about to be a three-way fight between Joel, Henke and Tipsy Bob. And this could be very interesting to watch. Indeed, Brazil, obviously a good track to race around, so I look forward to this battle. Very close there on the exit. It looks like actually Kyoto might be the one to be making moves here, as he does already make a move. He's trying to stay in the DRS detection zone, not lose out on it, and he does get DRS. Had to back out a little bit on Larry Fasol, but he's trying to go up the inside Larry Fasol. While that's happening, Tipsy Bob up the inside of Henke up ahead, and there's some more fighting going on. I'm trying to catch it all. It looks like they're still side by side, Kyoto and Larry Fasol, and Larry Fasol now has to slot in behind him, but they're very close, so he could potentially make a move into turn 4. Let's have a look at his onboard, but they both have DRS, so nothing happens of it just yet. And Leglav also right behind Henke, and Kyoto right behind Leglav. So Tipsy makes a nice move up to P5. But there's a great battle brewing between the drivers up here for P5.
Yeah, it's a nice big train here for basically from P4 down, all the way down to P14 really. So it's going to be really tight for these points positions and even the higher pin positions here.
That's very true, and it looks like a Tipsy Bob is actually lining up another move already all the way up to P4. He's been flying today. He's got great pace as he opens DRS. Is it going to be close enough to try and attack Joel? Will he send it up the inside? It looks like he's having a look. Will he actually do it though? He does back out of it a little bit. The wise driver of Tipsy Bob, sometimes attacking a bit like Bottas. Vito speeding in the pit lane, not great for him, but Tipsy knows he has a second chance here into turn 4. What is he able to do? Is he able to get close enough? And doesn't quite look like it, so he has to stay behind Joel for now. While that was happening, all the drivers behind him just maintaining positions, but they're all running oh so closely to each other. Kyoto getting very close to Larry Fasol, running halfway up the track, almost to try and get Kyoto on Leglav. Yeah, that was looked like he was trying to overtake off track. He thinks better of it, slots in behind. But Leglav seems to be struggling a little bit. Is almost out of DRS from Henke. That's going to make him a sitting duck on the next straight. This is going to be interesting to watch. I like your cheeky comment there in the YouTube channel.
I made sure I sent it to Vito as well. We have Kyoto and Leglav going side by side, go down the straight into turn 1, and Kyoto looks to be making a move pretty easy with the DRS, and Nia lots in front of Leglav himself.
Nice move
and
there.
Then we have Joel and Snella in the pits now.
Yeah, I've just kept my eyes a bit on the Makendo Jamie battle going on, and Jamie has lost a bit of time. Makendo right up behind him, so that is a good fighting happening there, and it looks like actually Leglav
coming back at Leglav, yeah, he made a little mistake in turn 4, and he's going to little contact there. I think Kyoto just gets past him to the next corner. Really close between these two drivers.
Yeah, this battling obviously cost him a bit of time, and there's a huge train behind them. This battle, as you said, it's going from, well, now it's from P5 all the way down to P12. And who is the first one to make a big mistake, and who is the one who's able to capitalize on it? We'll have to wait and see. I'm trying to keep an eye on this battle, but I'm also keeping an eye on what's happening up for the battle for P1. Looks like Jamie and Makendo having a great time. And you're right, both of them go into the box. So does Justin.
And Tipsy, the top 4 of all boxing. Rest probably going to stay out.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, Larry Fasol trying a move on Leglav into turn 1 does make it work with that DRS overtake, and up he goes into provisional P3, but he's got a pretty poor exit. Leglav trying to come back around at him. Let's see if I can try and get a better camera angle here. Nope, I couldn't. Thank you very much, F1 TV. And as he does stay ahead for now, Larry Fasol, good defending there from the McLaren driver behind him. Actually, there's the two Haas drivers getting very close to Tranquilo there in the background. Dice is also joined in on this battle now. Yeah, there's a lot of fighting going on. It's hard to keep track of what's going on. It's a bit of a GT3 battle, to be honest, where people are just maintaining the distance, and then every now and then someone makes a nice overtake. Oh, a little bit of desync there from
Oh no.
Leglaf. Did that happen on your screen as well?
Yeah, he's just lucky he lost like 3 positions from just lagging back.
Yeah.
Pain.
Pain. Game's been out for nearly a year, but anyways, no comments on that. Meepo taking advantage of this little lag spike from Leglaf, but if Leglaf wants to pit, he has to find a slot. He does find a slot to go into the pits. As Meepo now surmounting his, or defending from Dice behind. Dice actually stays behind, doesn't make an overtake. It's 5 seconds for Leglaf in pit lane. Oh, that is unfortunate luck.
It is not going very well for Mr. Leglaf from Ireland, but I'm sure he's going to do his best to come back.
Yeah, we've seen him do it before. He's a very talented driver indeed, and I'm sure he's able to do something. This battle between Dice and Meepo is not something I expected to see, but I'm loving it.
Yeah, they're keeping up quite well at the pack. Dice is doing some pretty good driving right now, by the looks of it. So fair play to him.
Yep. Oh, 3 second time penalty for Vito again. This has not been a great race for Vito, that's for sure.
The Heineken Butler.
I mean, it only makes sense.
Oh no, he's in the wall in 10-6.
Oh, Vito.
And I live in Spain.
Yeah, that's a front wing gone. My guy is having a holiday at the office. Someone else who might have a holiday is Tranquilo, who's about to get attacked by Lavi. Well, actually, he doesn't know DRS, so no, I take that back. Tranquilo maintains his position, and it looks like McKenna's actually set the fastest lap. Is that? Are they catching up to the back of this? They are catching up to the back of this pack. Jamie and McKenna, they could have some spicy battles coming for them very soon. That is going to be interesting.
McKenna off the inside of Tom Mosley, but I presume he's desync off your side.
Yeah, Tomosley is nowhere near this battle.
That was greatly unfortunate, but it was a reasonably decent move from McKenna in 3-9.
Yep, these two drivers catching up to that fight ahead. This could spice things up a bit for them. If Jamie makes a move, he also exposes himself to an attack from McKenna, and that could be McKenna's chance to take that P1 position. They're catching up quickly as well. It's been just a second in this lap itself, so they will be behind this pack very soon. And yeah, this is going to be very interesting to watch. Let's see who is closest, who might be able to make a move. Meepo in this DRS train, maybe. As Lavi Fasol has DRS on Tranquilo. Actually, it looks like Tranquilo, defending the inside, it still has the P1 position. He does. And Meepo, yes, he slots in behind as well. So all the drivers just maintaining gaps to each other. It's sort of that DRS train effect, and that's a Mercedes off the track with my line. What's happened to him? Don't quite know what happened to him, but I think he might have clipped a curb or something. And then he's jumped out of this pack, and that allows Jamie and McKenna to go up a position. That is unfortunate for Merline. He's having a bit of a hard day at the office, but Jamie right up behind Futuristic now. What is he able to do?
We have Carter and Snell-Henke going here side by side into turn 6. With bumping. It was just hands up to inside in turn 7. Just about mixed a little bit of contact and Carter gets past him. Futuristic and Jamie also going side by side. Final corner. Oh, contact with Futuristic and he nearly spins out, but Jamie keeps him straight.
Oh! And there's another contact. Quarter and Snell-Henke. I was watching that battle real quick. Quarter goes into the wall as these two trying to go side by side through sector 2, but looks like it sounded like Futuristic had a bit of an issue of his own, and both Jamie and McKenna get past the two provisional P1 drivers, or not P1 drivers, but the net P1 drivers making their way through the field quite nicely. While that's happening, Tranquilo moving up on the inside of Lavisol. Lavisol took him into turn 1, but he takes the position back into turn 4. And that is a great driving from these three drivers here as Meepo joins into the battle. Side by side, they go into the right-hander here. It looks like Lavisol does manage to keep Meepo out of the way for now. But Meepo trying around the outside. He has the inside for the next corner, so he might make this move stick. If he does, that would be a brilliant move on this race, but it's not quite over yet, as Larfasol does have the inside for the next corner. Will he be able to get that exit he needs? And oh, off the track goes Tranquilo a little bit there. That's going to cause some issues, and yep, it does. Meepo takes the position. Tranquilo drops down a little bit. Can I get better camera angles, please, F1? Oh, Jammy and gets past McAndrew, makes a bit of a contact with Tranquilo. That just shows you one mistake from Tranquilo. Drops him from P2 all the way down to P7 there. And oh my god, that was intense. It's going to get even more intense up front, as Dice is basically, all these cars are attached to each other now. That's how close they're running. Dice has to attack and defend at the same time. It can't be easy to do. But Jammy and McKendor making their way through the pack quite nicely here. Let's see, they all get through turn 4. Look, almost hitting Dice in the back there. Does McKendor. And McKendor actually, that allows him to go up the inside. They're going side by side. Oh, a bit of contact there. McKendor getting very eager to try and make a move on Jammy. Off the track they go. Oh, very tight margins, and up the inside goes Jammy. Dice gives him the space. He knows better of it than to fight this one. But off track goes Dice, and Jammy makes his way past. But that does not mean that McKendor is done. He goes up the inside in the final corner. Does he get the exit he needs to get past Dice and catch up to Jammy again? We'll have to wait and see, as they both open DRS, I believe. But Dice might be able to fight this one back, as I just realized he's still on 14 lap old soft tires as he does go into pits. I was wondering, when will he pit? This is when he pits. That was very intense fighting there with Dice and the two net leaders of the race, but everyone held their own, and hats off to that. Justin's joined this battle now as well.
Maybe 9 up a move there.
Yeah, always looking for a move up the inside. Merlion doesn't find the space. We'll have to slot in behind him for now, but he's basically pushing Merlion through the corners. Quite a sight to see, if I do say so myself. And if I saw earlier, Jammy making his way up the inside of Larry Fasol. He's really making use of these... as he makes a move around the outside. Larry Fasol almost getting sideways there. And Jammy, he's been having some brilliant overtakes at the moment. A great racecraft from Jammy.
Yeah, absolutely. Making his way up the field really nicely.
Yeah, it's good entertainment, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Makes our job easy.
It does a little bit, and here we go. Makenda, is he going to take Larry Fasol? Both of them have DRS open, as that is Meepo who goes into the pit lane. Makenda not able to get past just yet. Breaks later than Larry Fasol though. Loving this heli view. More of this, please. And he does make his way past up to P4. He has lost out on Jammy's DRS zone though, but Jammy now has a clear road ahead of him. So hopefully Jammy is hopefully thinking of
Maryland into turn 6. A little bit of contact going around his outside, making a move, stick maybe just about, still side by side going to turn 7. And he gets past him just about. Justin going up his inside as well, making a move, stick 2, I believe. Just still there, but he does make a stick.
Oh, it's all so tight, and no one's backing out. Merlion finally gets behind, but Justin trying to make 2 moves around the outside. Oh, that's brilliant placement from Justin there, Futuristic. Oh, brilliant move from Justin. Futuristic has to back out of it. And Justin up to P6, now trying to surmount his charge to get into that podium position and potentially maybe fight for P2, as McKenna does have a time penalty on his name. Brilliant little scrap. And you know what? It's not over yet. Merlion has a great run in Futuristic, looking a little bit up the inside as Justin actually doesn't have any DRS, but he does sort of go for it a little bit. Sticks it up the inside. Futuristic has to back out a little bit. Oh, he doesn't back out, and up the inside in contact with Merlion and Futuristic. That was a bit too eager from Futuristic side, if I do say so myself. Yeah, the space was not made, and contact. Futuristic does drop down a position. Joel makes his way past. That's very unfortunate from the Swedish driver there.
Yeah, with all that fighting, Train seems to have disassembled a little bit, but there's still a few little close battles going on.
there's the two Haas drivers. Oh, what's going on here? Actually, I just saw there's a three-way fight here. Meepo making his way past Nico, and it looks like Levlaf just said thank you. I'll follow you through there. Nico's struggling a little bit on those medium tires currently as Levlaf gets his position back from earlier. Meepo on soft tires. Interesting strategy. We only have 12 laps left. He can definitely take this to the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Could be a very good position for him. Keep up the pace.
Yeah. We still have a few drivers going to pits. That's futuristic going into the pits now. And actually, there's Larry Fassol's just joined this battle. Like I've seen on the soft tires as well, and he will probably be able to get past Leglaf and make easy work of him. Both from the DRS open. Leglaf technically inside, but Larry Fassol. Oh my God, Larry! Is he gonna get 2 in 1? It looks like he's about to get 2 in 1 up the inside of Nico. He goes side by side, Nico and Larry Fassol, and he does manage to make his way past Nico. So that was a 2 in 1 move from Larry Fassol. They're brilliant stuff. Getting past Leglaf down the straight and then up the inside of Nico in the braking zone. Obviously those new soft tires making great way. What is that happening? McKender, he's going quite slowly. What's happened to him?
Oh, he's into the first corner.
Oh, what's happened there?
No.
Does he have a puncture or something? I don't know what's going on. He seems to be going quite slowly. That is... What is happening there with McKender? He just completely throws away his podium position. Wow, there was a bit of contact. He was going slowly through the corner, hits the curb, and then he spins into the pit lane. He goes. Let's see. Does he have front wing damage or something? I wasn't able to catch that. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But Meepo, in the meantime, trying to make his way on up into the top 10 on Snelle Henke. Is he able to send it up the inside? Yes, he is. Those new soft tires doing wonders for Meepo. It would not surprise me if he does manage to get a fast lap of the race. To be in McKender's shoes right now, I can't imagine what he's feeling. Running a solid P2 position and then it all going wrong there. Let's see, is Justin able to make a move on Tranquilo? We'll have the DRS. Tranquilo actually looks like he's going into the pit lane. So that is Justin promoted up into net P2. From, well, is it P9 on the grid? So he's had a brilliant race, to be honest. Great stuff from him. But I just seen Meepo on Tipsy. Meepo having a great comeback drive at the moment on those fresher soft tires. Just makes easy work of Tipsy. And up to P6 he goes. Tipsy, does he have Snelle Henke behind him? He does. And they are on the same tire strategy. So this one is more down to driver skill rather than the tire difference. So will Tipsy Bob be able to hold off Snelle Henke behind him? He does seem to have quite a lot of pace on him. We'll have to wait and see. Just taking a little water break there, and I can having a look at the timing sheets. Looks like Tranquilo is about to make a move on Nico, and he does try to go a little bit up the inside of Nico there. Will he be able to keep it around the outside? No, he's not. Nico maintains position for now, but they will be going into that DRS zone real soon. And I think Tranquilo will make easy work and make his way past Nico and make his way up to the top 10. Oh, is there a spin from Leglaf in the background? Oh, that was unfortunate as he just clips the curb, and that is his top 10 finishing chances gone there as Tomazoli sets the fastest lap of the race. Again, we do apologize for the desync issue he has. I'm not able to see where he is on track. But while that happens, Tranquilo makes his way past Nico up into the top 10 or maybe 11. I can't tell where Tomazolo is. We'll have to wait and hear from Milos where he is on track currently.
Currently in P10, 10 seconds ahead of Mr. Tranquilo.
Okay, so Tranquilo is still in P11, so we'll keep that in mind. 10 seconds ahead of Tranquilo in P10. But that is bizarre, because Tranquilo is only 4 seconds behind Larry Pasol in P9, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
Well, it's basically a 4-car fight or 3-car fight, depending on who you ask.
Alright. Yep. Okay, so Tomazolo in this fight that we're watching right now, but as a ghost, it seems. Tipsy will have to defend from Snellahenki maybe, but it looks like Snellahenki has got more things to worry about, which is Tipsy's teammate, Lavi Fasol, making his way up the inside. And, will Lavi Fasol, will he make it to 2 for 1? It kind of looks like he is, so he gets 2 positions with that DRS run on those fresh soft tires. And up to P7 he goes. I don't know where Tomazzolo is in this battle.
He's just going up the inside of Tipsy, but he hasn't quite got the space and gonna stick back. Oh, he goes up around the outside. I'm not sure if Tipsy let him go there, but he made a really big lunge up the outside and got past him.
Alright, so everyone just imagine what you saw happen right there, happen with your eyes. You sort of see Tipsy avoid a little bit, take a bit of a shorter line around turn 4, so that does make sense. As Kyoto sending a lunge from a bit far behind the Snellahenki, but he does back out in the last second. But he is another driver on those fresh soft tires, making positions. Will he send up the inside? Yes, he does. And past Snellahenki he goes. Tipsy Bob will be his next victim. Let's see, he does a great exit already, so Tipsy seems to be struggling a little bit on those medium tires. Seems like the people who pitted on the safety car, they're having a brilliant stint at the moment on these fresh soft tires.
Yeah, they're really now going to come to life towards the end of this race and show off what they can do and why they should be in these positions.
Yeah, it's definitely a statement to set in the first race. Having these combat drives, Meepo for sure has been brilliant so far. As in the background we see the Mercedes or Tranquilo try and make his way past Snellahenki. It looks like he has made his move stick up the inside, and again another driver on these fresh soft tires compared to the medium tire drivers. They're all dropping behind very quickly now, and it looks like the soft medium soft is the preferred strat today. I just realized Merlin is in P4, right?
He is, yeah, he is quite up the field. He might make it to the end here with 26 lap old tires at the end, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, that'd be quite good for him. He was struggling quite a lot, but it looks like he's avoided taking those soft tires, so the rest of them haven't fought for track position. Instead, that is Kyoto going past Lavi Fasol there, up into P7. And Merlin is now, he's actually quite up close up. There's a battle going on here between Joel, Merlin and Meepo. Joel also on decently old medium tires, but nothing, only 15 laps compared to 22, and right behind is Meepo on the soft tires. I do wonder, will Kyoto and Lavi Fasol manage to catch up in time to overtake Merlin by the end of the race? 6 laps to do it, 4 seconds behind. I can see it being a possibility. Up the inside of Merlin goes Meepo. This should be a very easy overtake with those soft tires, and it is indeed. I'd say Meepo's having a great comeback drive, as he was involved in some incidents early on in the race that sent him down the field. But he's back up to P4 now, and all he has to do is get past Joel on track, and he's got P3 secured. Joel also has a time penalty, so if he doesn't make it past him before the end of the race, then he still gets him on the time penalty. But while that happens, Justin picks up a 3-second time penalty, and that actually could cost him the P2 position, depending how much pace Meepo has. He has a decent amount to catch up to Justin, about 8 seconds, but he should be able to do it. If he makes way of Joel now, it does make Joel lose a position, so up to P4 goes Meepo. He's got 5 seconds to catch in 5 laps. Is he a single second faster than Justin, at least per lap? We'll have to wait and see. This could be a P2 position for Meepo. He has to put his foot down and set 5 quali laps right now, and he probably has a P2 position in his hands. Anything else you spotted happening in the grid as we're speaking, Milos?
Not yet, anyway. But I tend to ignore a few Tomazzoli ghost moves that happen.
Where is he at currently on track?
Currently in P7, 8 tenths behind Kyoto. Seems to be kind of sticking in that area, not really catching, not losing. So I'm not too sure if he's going to get the overtake done just yet.
Alright, well, to keep that in mind, as it looks like Henke is actually closing in on Tipsy. So Tipsy in, well, I would assume is P11 now, or actually P10. As Tommy is P1 on my timer screen for some reason. Yeah, oh, there's a sector 2 yellow flag. Is that what's happened there? Merlion, it seems, has had an issue. So Merlion's dropped back a little bit. I didn't quite catch what happened to him, but maybe there's a bit of contact in the battle or something, and he's dropped down a position now behind Kyoto. So maybe he should have pitted for those soft tires when he had the chance, but he's doing quite well on these 24 lap old medium tires.
Almost.
Hopefully there's the other drivers can see Tomazzoli on track.
I think Merlin must have died in the final corner. He's going really slow. I think he's missing some of his wing. Or is he? I'm not too sure.
We'll keep an eye on him. It doesn't look like there's too much damage to his wing, but he might have had a poor exit or something. Was he fighting with Tomazzoli? I don't even know, man. Tomazzoli. Sure, we'll keep it at that.
I think Tomazzoli just got past him just before on his own. No, Kyoto making a move on Joe getting past him.
Yeah, Kyoto with those soft tires.
Yeah, I think he got past him a corner or two before, but not too sure. It looked like he spun out of the final corner, Merlion, and going very slow because of that.
Yeah, Merlion's struggling on those older medium tires. They might be hitting that window soon where they are in potential puncture territory. But P9 for now, all he has to do is maintain his position. Is that there's a ghost of car on track? I believe that is Fox.
Yep.
So he's had a disconnect. Actually, Kyoto now on 4 lap old softs compared to 11 lap old. Sorry, yeah, 5 lap old softs compared to 11 lap olds on Meepo. Seems to be gaining a little bit on Meepo. Meepo not gaining enough to be able to catch Justin for that P2 position. But again, Justin could maybe pick up another penalty. I highly doubt it, as Justin is quite a consistent driver as well. So Meepo definitely has a podium position, but that P2 is slowly but surely slipping away from him. Let's have a look at this battle with Tipsy Bob, Merlion and Snelle Henke. Merlion's tires are definitely, I can almost hear them screaming here on the broadcast. They will not be having a good time at the moment, going through all sorts of heat cycles with that spin. So hopefully they do last the end of the race. We do have 2 laps left, or 1.5 where they are on track actually. As I say that, Jamie crosses the line to start the
again on the back of Meepo here. Sending it down his inside on the straight into turn 1. Might get the move done in before turn 1. He does. Gets back into the racing line. And gets past him there for P3.
So actually Kyoto out of nowhere got some pace on Meepo. Meepo losing out a podium position. I was thinking just 5 laps early he might be able to catch Justin for P2, but looks like his pace has dropped a bit as those soft tires are getting a bit old. But now Kyoto on those 6 lap old softs up to the podium positions. It's been a great comeback drive from him as well. A lot of great drives actually happening in this mid to top field of the race. It's been great to see, and they're all definitely setting a statement.
Statement being a ratio.
Yes. That is always the statement, no matter what. Just a big fat ratio on all the other drivers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Merlion seems to be struggling more and more now. Tipsy and Snelle Henke getting ever so close. Tipsy looks to be close enough to be able to make a move with the DRS as Vito picks up another time penalty. He's not had a good day at the office. I'd say Vito probably got ratio pretty hard this race. As actually Tipsy makes a move on Merlion. Was that before the detection zone? That might have been too early for Tipsy. Does he have the DRS or not? It doesn't look like it. No, he does not have DRS, and only person with DRS is Snelle Henke. Snelle Henke could maybe get 2 positions here. Is he going to go up the inside of Tipsy? He is indeed, but Tipsy keeps it around the outside. He has the inside for next corner, and Merlion is following him through. Has to back out of it though, as Snelle Henke makes his way past Merlion there. So Merlion loses 2 positions in one sector. And Sanahanki almost making his way past Tipsy as well. Brilliant little scrap there for those final few positions in the top 10. We're on the last lap now. Actually, I didn't even realize. Where's Jamie on track? Jamie crossing the line in P1 as the first winner of Season 11 in 2S. That came way too quickly. I wasn't even paying attention. But Jamie, congratulations on the win. Justin comes across the line in P2 here. Kyoto will take that P3 position after making his move on Meepo. Brilliant comeback drive from Kyoto. Meepo comes across the line in P4. Says Tom Mosley in P5. I'm going to have to have Milos correct me on that one if it's wrong. Tranquilo 6, Joel in 7th, Larversol 8, Tipsy, Snellhanky are round up the top 10, and Merlion Thunders sadly just misses out on that P10 position. But yeah, that is basically the race over. Vito still okay, no, everyone's crossed the line now, so that race came way too quickly at the end. I'm sorry, that we didn't realize. We were so busy watching the other fights. But Jamie in P1. Congratulations to him, first winner of 2S in Season 11, followed by Justin in P2 and Kyoto in P3. That was actually a very entertaining race.
It was quite fun. Plenty of action on track.
And we have Agapa in chat saying, called it, Kyoto on the podium. And you're not wrong, Kyoto gets a podium. Brilliant comeback from him. Sui. And
driver of the day goes to Nico.
Yeah, driver of the day to Nico.
Yep.
I believe it's because he's made up most positions from his starting position.
Grinds up.
But I don't know. I'm kind of keen to give it to Justin, to be honest. Starting P9 all the way up to P2.
Yeah, it was a very solid drive from Justin.
Yeah. So I'm quite inclined to give it to the Red Bull driver from France. And so yeah, brilliant race, to be fair. We got Snelle Henke fans in the chat as well. Nice, Hank. Come on, boy. Let's go, says WS 1987. It's always great to see people's the fans in chat. But here is the grid of Jamie, Justin, Kyoto in the top 3. Meepo just missing out on that podium position. And followed closely by Tom Mosley, Tranquilo, Joel, Larversol, Tipsy Bob in P9, Snellhanky P10. Getting the first point finishers in Season 11. Outside the top 10 is Merlion Thunders, Nico, Futuristic, Makender, who was having a brilliant race up until the issues he faced, where I think he had a bit of a contact, lost a bit of front wing, and then spun on the curb, and that basically threw his race away. P15 for Vito, the bottle man himself from Heineken. Not great from him, but he had pace today, and it's good potential for the future races. Leg left 16. 17 for Quarter, Dyson 18, 19 for Fox, and Icewind, who did not finish. I'm going to quickly go to the race director. I don't know if I can get the incidents in time. Let's try and get it. Just so if anyone is trying to get some warnings removed, they can look at that. Oh, I did manage to get the full of it, but hopefully anyone doing the reports can see what's going on. And I need to quickly swap to the interview screen. Yes, so what are your thoughts on the race, Milos?
I thought it was pretty solid, yeah, it was pretty entertaining. It went by really quickly because, well, there was always something going on, so... Yeah, definitely not boring.
Yeah, those are the best kind of races, to be fair. So that finish came way too quickly. I didn't even notice it, just boop, done.
I kind of half paid attention when the lap started, but I just forgot at the end of the lap.
Yeah, that's sort of what happened with me as well. I just sort of forgot. Happens. But that's so we're in the interview screen. I don't know if we will be doing interviews. Justin's already joined general chat 4. Maybe he is looking to do an interview. I think I'm just gonna I'll just drag him in to see if he is up to do an interview. The guy from France, living in Ireland, racing for Red Bull, P8 to P2. I'd say driver of the day, kept out of trouble, had brilliant pace all the way through, and let's bring him in. Hello, Justin.
Hello.
How was your race? Brilliant results, P2, I think best you could do today. You had great pace all the way throughout the race. And was that a struggle for you, or were you planning on starting a bit further back?
I was planning on starting as high up as I can, my only practice was qualifying. I was putting my full focus on ACC yesterday, so it was what it was, and it was, like you said, a pretty boring race. Pretty much was in P3 with McKenna and Jamie fighting in front. I just tried to keep my nose clean and keep the pace up, and that was pretty much all I could do.
Yeah, well, it definitely was enough to get a brilliant podium position out of it. So P2 in the standings after race 1. Yeah, so you mentioned your quality being your practice session. That is it just goes to show you how much raw pace you actually have. And I will have to admit, you did the right thing by practicing ACC. It's just the better game of the two.
True.
As the ACC admin of 2S, I have to plug ACC every single time I stream for F1. And that was my plug right there. So join us on Mondays for ACC for even better racing than you just saw. Justin will be racing as well if you feel like you want to race against him as well. Yeah, I don't know. Congratulations on that podium. Do you have any thoughts on the race coming up next week?
Which race is it?
I'm not sure myself. Milos, do you have an idea?
Sorry?
Do you know which race is next week?
Oh, Imola.
For F1?
Yeah.
I can check, and I do believe it's Imola. Yeah, it is.
It is Imola, yeah. So yeah, what are your thoughts on Imola?
I like the track, but I'll have to practice a bit more, I'd say, if I want to win.
Yeah, that's usually the case, but yeah, congratulations again on the podium. I think solid drive from you all around. Me and Milos decided on giving you the driver of the day from P8 to P2.
Thank you.
Kept out of trouble, and yeah, it's great stuff all around.
Thank you.
So,
Bye, I love you.
Bye, Justin. We'll pull Justin out of the chat, and Jamie seems to want an interview as well, so we'll pull Jamie in and see what he has to say. Hello, Jamie. Congratulations on the first win in Season 11 for 2S. How do you feel?
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting race considering the desync, but yeah, it was good. It was a nice race, to be honest. Good pace, so yeah.
You had quite an intense fight with Mackinder through, I'd say, the first half of the race. A bit of a back and forth fighting and making your way through the field as well while you had been in your pit stop. The guys had not pitted yet. How was that for you? That looked very intense on the stream.
Yeah, to be honest, my Kender was completely desynced with me. He was not on my screen at all. I had Vito, my teammate, tell me, looking at the map, if he was close or not. I could only see the gap when I was crossing the start-finish line. It would appear above my name, so P1, while I was P1. Apparently I had a great battle with him, but he was not there for me, like, at all.
Well, okay.
Yeah, great things from me. Yeah, we know, but yeah, he was just not there for me.
Well, luckily there was no massive incident that happened out of it. Mackinder did end up losing the car later on in the race. We don't know exactly what happened. We just saw him spin on the curb. But he did have some damage. So I don't know if that was involved with you or someone else. I do believe you were further up the track when that happened. So
yeah, I think he was just pushing really hard because I had a gap of 1.7, which I could see on the line. And then the next lap, while I was doing just decent laps, the gap was 1.5, and then that lap, the next lap, he spun. I think so. Yeah, I think he was just pushing quite hard.
Yeah, and you kind of have to do when you want to go for the win, which you ended up taking in the end. So brilliant start to the season. Can you bring this momentum onto the second race? How do you feel about Imola?
Yeah, Imola is probably my best track, to be honest. So, but I don't know if I will race because I'm only reserving. If I'm free, I will because I really like racing here. But yeah, we'll see. Imola is a good track for me, and I will probably race because it's a nice track.
Well, that's great to hear. It's good to see you on the track. Have a really fast driver on track from Finland, I believe, right? No, sorry, Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium.
Too many Finnish drivers.
Yeah, goddamn Finns.
The Belgian driver, Jamie, getting the P1, even though he's a reserve. So actually, Justin is leading the standings. My mistake on that. But hopefully we get to see him again soon. So thank you for joining us in the interview booth, and have a good one.
Yeah, thanks.
Good luck.
So that was Jamie, and I believe that's all the interviews for now. No one else is calling for interviews, so that is a good way to round out the race.
It's a shame. I would love to have the Heineken bottler up for interview, but
I mean, we can quickly pull them in. I think that'll be a wee bit cheeky, but I'm gonna do it.
I'll leave that to you.
Mr. Heineken, hello.
Hello. I was at the Heineken Brewery recently, and they told me they have the best bottler in F1, but I could not believe my eyes when I saw Tuez Vito himself. My 7-year-old son was left in tears. Shame on you, Vito.
Desync. All I can say, desync.
Cup.
Alright, yep, fair enough. Doesn't excuse you from working in Heineken, but yeah, so that was unfortunate from Vito. But we only dragged you in so Milos could say his line, so unfortunate race, Vito.
Fair enough.
Better luck next time.
Plus ratio.
Yep.
Fair.
Alright, yeah, that's Vito for you. Anyways, I think we'll be finishing off the stream now. I'm gonna run a quick outro of some sort. We're going to try at least, and hopefully see you guys next Tuesday. But before I go, we have a new iRacing series coming up. If you are interested in racing iRacing, we'll be racing LMP2 cars. We are racing on Sundays at, I believe it's 8 in the evening, CEST, so yeah, standard European time. Yeah, so check the sign-ups in the Discord is link. Words went all the wrong places there. The link to the Discord is in the description. And hopefully, if you're interested in that, you can sign up. We also have ACC on Mondays. Currently running Season 9 for ACC. And that is also brilliant racing. And then again, if you want to join us next Tuesday for the next round of F1. Hopefully, we'll see you guys soon. And have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.